Humana, humana.
All right, man. Let's try this one more time, man. Alexa, let's do it.
Producer B, look at yourself.
Mm.
You're a mess.
Mm.
You smell and you look like you've been drinking all night.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get some trim?
Mm.
Of course not. I forgot who I was talking to. Now,
Whew.
ladies and gents, it's time for the Bear's Den.
Yes. Another episode in the Bear's Den.
Booyaka shot.
Oh, man. Welcome to the Bear's Den. We got the wolf over there.
The wolf. I'm looking like a wow.
The wolf. We got Brendan. I don't know where Brendan is.
I mean,
He's somewhere.
He just woke up, actually.
Fuck you, Alexa, you stupid bitch.
Oh,
I fucking hate
Dang,
Alexa.
dude. You can't
done
do
with
that
Alexa,
in today's
dude.
world, man.
Oh, man. You can't. You're going to
It's
get
fine.
canceled.
Yo,
It's fine.
I'm
She
sorry.
can talk all
She's not
the
playing.
mess to me she wants.
What? I mean, I'm just saying, man. Like, a little bit hostile today. Gosh, Lord. How you doing, MB?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Made the big announcement, I guess, to everybody.
Yeah,
So
man.
You did. You made the big announcement.
Yeah, I'm doing the last man standing, man. Doing the last man standing.
He's doing the last man
Nah, man. I'm really I'm focused. I'm focused on doing it. It's on the calendar. We already talked about, when you start talking about airfare and, travel, then it's getting serious. But no, it's 100 days, man. 100 days from today.
100 days, 100 miles.
I'm getting 100 miles. I got 50 last year. I'm getting 100 miles. I was saying earlier, I got to lose a lot of weight. I'm like a crackhead. Like, my head is going to be so big. Man. I'm so skinny.
You're going back to, like, Benjamin Button mode.
Yeah, I'm about to lose a lot of weight. My wife's going to be like, what's wrong with you?
You think you need to lose that weight to
Yes.
do 100 miles?
Yeah.
Think so?
I need to because I feel like my body works so hard. That's why I blow out. You know what I mean?
Where did you blow out last time? Like, were you mentally just
Nah,
like,
man,
I'm done?
My body starts breaking down because to carry like this amount of weight over that period of time, it starts adding up. You got to think it's like a car going uphill or something.
Were you in
like,
excruciating pain by the end of the night?
Not pain. It's your body, your legs. Mike knows you can't move. Like it's like, man, this is the car shutting down.
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what that
lights
feels
starting
like.
to flash.
Like as much as I want to like look at him in the face and be like, nah, bro, you could do it. I'd be like, nah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like my leg is no longer willing to cooperate.
Yeah,
or you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've been there, man. I thought about this journey of yours that you're about to embark on.
100 days with the black bear. 100 days.
So I said at the end of the day, so his responsibility is to run and lose weight, and producer B's responsibility, along with myself, I'm going to be chief. FYI.
Yes. Yes.
Is to make sure that this mofo's alive.
Yes, you have to make sure I'm alive.
I saw something at Home Depot the other day, right? We went to get some stuff for the house, and I was like, I saw it and I automatically thought about Mark Brown because it's like oxygen in a can. I was like, shit. I said, every time he comes off that loop, right
hit
on
it with
his mouth.
it. Superman.
Keep breathing.
Mark Brown needs like the one with weed in it.
What?
You need the one with weed in it.
Oh, one with weed in it?
No, man, come on, man.
Nah,
Come
don't
on.
do that.
Like, you always got to bring stuff up, man. Why you always got to bring stuff like that up, man?
Yeah, man, damn, producer B.
What's the deal?
It's just my
By
job.
the way, yesterday he calls me up. He's like, I'm about to go to a duck sanctuary.
A duck sanctuary?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah,
So I
volunteer
said-
there.
So I said,
The
in the
summer.
spirit of everything that you're
What
saying.
you going through, producer B? What's going on, man? Like, seriously.
He is going through something, by the way.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
He is. No, we should talk about it on air. So
Oh,
we
it's
can
one of
deal
those
with it. Yeah.
conversations?
Yeah, look, I'm going to call him out. He doesn't even want to see
Mike.
me.
Oh,
He's
my
scared.
goodness.
Mike. First off,
Man, nobody's
I'm
gonna,
not sure
nobody's,
what
first
you're
of all,
about to
nobody's
call
gonna
me
hear
out
this.
Why is your mic? Why are you talking so low? First of all, your microphone's so low because you're scared that everybody's going to hear what you're going to say.
nah, my mic's up. You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear
All right,
you.
we're
It's
good now.
up.
I hear
It's
you.
up.
I
Tell
hear
him,
you.
producer B, it's up.
Turn me up. But go on, Mike.
He's going through some things.
Some things.
He's going through some things.
Yeah,
that you just
no,
can't
for real. This is a uncensored podcast, so feel free. What am I going through, Mike?
Huh?
Yeah, no, seriously, call me out.
I'm not going to call you out.
I want to know. No, man, you can't take us to the edge and then not.
Those are his problems. Let him tell you.
No,
okay.
Mike, I'm
Somebody
giving you
gonna
full
tell us.
permission.
What?
I'm giving you full permission right now.
Somebody gonna tell him.
Yo, homeboy broke up with his main squeeze, right?
I thought he already broke up.
Nah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
doesn't do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
No. And lately, he's been feeling the kind of way about it. Like, he can't get over it. He can't get over the hump.
Oh, yeah, he's seeing her out with other guys.
Yo, he's been sitting on
It's
the couch
called
with
the
somebody about it,
resentment.
for real. Huh?
Yeah. No, it's definitely like I told Mike this the other day on the phone, if he remembers. I don't know how much of our conversations he actually remembers, but
He's a lie. You didn't say that to me.
no, I said I have a lot of resentment, and resentment's like you're stabbing yourself with a knife and you expect the other person to feel it. You know what I mean?
Meaning
So that's
you missing her.
Yeah, you're a slasher.
Yeah, you missing her.
Yeah, you missing her.
And then the other thing that happened to him the other day is he went to a reunion, some kind of class reunion, right?
Was she there?
No. This is a different story.
What happened?
There was a girl that he used to not pay attention to, right? Maybe
my god.
Maybe even tease, right?
Yeah.
And she shows up 20 years later, and she looking like bang.
Who went
bang.
to it? He did?
Yeah, he went to the reunion.
What, he ain't been 23 years old himself?
No, Mike, you're telling the story wrong. I was gonna let you go, but
high school.
I'm gonna have to tell the story.
It's something, man. It's something. Something. Was it high school?
Yeah, so I graduated high school back in 2018, and then I saw this girl that I had gone to high school with, and she was looking pretty fine, let me tell you. But in high school, she was just like, I didn't pay attention to her, whatever. So I shoot her a DM on Instagram, and I'm like, hey, what's up? How you been? And she's like, oh, do you remember me? I was like, oh, yeah, of course. We went to elementary school, high school together. And then this chick hits me with, well, you never paid attention to me all those years, so I was just making sure. And I just started getting absolutely flamed. So I had a moment of like, that was a very humbling moment right there.
Did you take it well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious, but it was just like, whoa, this is not what you can't control other people's reactions to things, and that's not what I was expecting.
So after she was firing you up, did it progress? Did she give you the number? Like, was she like bye?
Deuces.
Yeah, no, this chick was like deuces, bro. Like you didn't
flip it. You didn't flip it. You should have flipped. You should have said, "I've grown as a person.
He's still young.
The person I was.
Oh my
then,
god, I just can't be full of shit, bro.
Today.
He's still young.
And you were very pivotal in that change. I just want to say thank you.
He's still young.
Man, you hit it with that. Oh, it's over.
Yeah, you'd be like knocking boots all night long.
It's not genuinely me.
But anyway. So
that's funny in high school love.
So he's been going through some things. So
I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
Mark, what advice do you have to offer me at my age? Because you are double my age, maybe even triple at this point.
Triple.
You're about double.
I'm OG. I'm not Unc yet. I'm still OG. I'm young OG.
Unc Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what advice do you have to offer me with my particular situation I'm going through? Like,
expose yourself to it as often as you can. Like,
what
do you mean by that?
Look at her social media.
Dude, that's crazy.
No.
It's crazy talk.
Listen.
Don't listen to him,
the
bro.
more you expose yourself to it, the more numb you'll get to it, and then it'll become like, all right, whatever. It'll flow off your back. The more you avoid it, when you see it, it's gonna be devastating. like earth shattering.
I'm sick. I'm sick.
It's not
right
gonna.
now.
I mean, you gotta
don't listen to him,
listen.
man.
In your mind, you know she's with another guy, so you gotta just
don't
accept
listen to him, man.
I'm telling you, come on.
The things that are going through my mind,
yeah.
like Mark, you know what I mean? Like with another guy, it's like, oh my god, this is making me sick. Like I am physically
that's
ill.
What you got to deal with, man. Unless you got to be able to get over that hump. You got to be able to take it like a man and move forward, process it, and keep going. Because there's light on the other side of that tunnel.
Bro, listen.
I'm telling you, man.
Listen, don't listen
stop.
to him.
I'm telling you,
don't
bro.
Listen to him.
Listen to me nicely.
Don't.
There's a reason why you broke up with her. There's a reason.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you why right now. I don't need to get into
that. Just keep moving forward, bro. Just keep moving forward. I'm telling you, the best way to do that is expose yourself to as much as you can. Look at pictures. Find out if she's going to be at a bar or something. See her with another guy. Just come on,
ring.
Yeah.
What up, Mark? You good? Yeah. Yeah, Brendan's on the cliff right now. He's about to jump. He's been watching her Instagram all day. Well, you got any advice for him?
Listen, Brendan, honestly, you've been watching Instagram anyway. We already know you have, right? Come on.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you're a liar. You are a liar.
What the fuck, Mark?
You're a liar, dude. Because I know how.
I am not like you, Mark.
No,
I am not.
If I right now, hell, come on, man, don't lie, Brendan. Mike, would you be
All right,
looking
maybe
at
once
her,
or
your
twice.
ex's Instagram if you just broke up with her and Instagram was around when you were a youngin?
Yeah, I'd start a fake account though.
Yeah,
But
of
I feel like
course,
I've seen what I've needed to see, and now I'm like
what's
trying
your
to.
fake account? What's your fake account name, Brendan? I know you got one. You got a burner.
No, I don't have a burner account, dude. Mark,
Mine
you
is
are like something else, dude.
XMG438.
So have you seen
He's giving me
anything?
the most.
And you spell out 8.
Yes, I have.
What have you seen? Come on, man. Come on, give us the juicy stuff. Don't,
Well,
don't hold back. This is a
the
safe
girl's already
space
got
to
a
be
new
unsafe.
boyfriend.
She has a new boyfriend?
She's got a new boyfriend, and I'm like,
She got a
it
new
was the kid that I was a little worried about while we were dating, so that's kind of why I broke up with her. So
that's
She
that.
pulled a Jada on him.
Hey, listen.
She ended up I think she ended
No.
up
That's a
hopefully-
good topic, cause that's a good topic. Why is it that's happened to me before? Why is it the one that you're worried about that usually is the one that it's a reason why your senses are up. You know
Wait a
something.
minute.
Your spidey senses.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why Brendan was worried about that guy when he was with her, because he knew he probably felt their chemistry or something. He knew something was a ray.
He saw it on Instagram.
No, before that, when they were still
Yeah,
her
before
and
that.
Brendan was still together.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
No,
like,
when they were together, he saw it on Instagram.
oh.
No,
okay.
that's true. I did see it one time, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is
When
this?
they were together,
You know?
and then
Oh,
he
she
called,
was
and
I had
like
a moment.
she was liking pictures and stuff.
yes, and then he called.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
"We're done." And then he called
broke
me.
up with her over
It's like
Instagram.
it's like he broke up with her, and then he called me next. Like, okay, and he goes, "I'm done with that chick." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. You'll be back."
Yeah, I mean, it goes to say, Brendan, you have good awareness, man. Be honest with you. You knew something was wrong. She liked the picture. You knew something was was going on. The guy's a good-looking guy, probably. You sizing him
No,
up.
he's fucking ugly as shit.
No,
Oh,
he's pretty
no,
good
it's-
looking. He's a pretty good looking guy.
That's hate,
And he's,
that's
and
hate.
he's more muscular than you.
Are you
Especially in-
tripping?
Yeah,
no,
man.
actually, I don't gotta prove nothing, Mike. You know,
Yeah,
you're
he's
talking
more
shit, Mike.
muscular.
I don't gotta
Actually-
prove nothing.
Actually, he actually looks like he does more than you do. So I can see I can see how you got to the bottom of the food chain on that one.
Wow.
Nah, man, I'm just playing. I'm playing. No, but seriously,
This mother.
I think, dude, I think she's still she is still not over you as well.
Well, that's like the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's
No,
what I
look at
but
feel
that.
she's
He's
no,
he's
but she
dropping
still
jewels.
she still stalks you though.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and all your stuff as well.
Yeah, she
It's just-
stalks my page to see if I posted anything about him. I mean, all she gets is
Yeah.
my kids, but you know.
I mean, you just got to keep living your life, Brendan, man. You know, it's young love, man. Young love is.
man, kick
I have
rock.
a
Shut up.
question
You ain't
for
got no
you.
problems, man. Shut
Man,
up.
you got no. I'll tell you about some problems. It's called the IRS. Tell you about some situations.
With some
We'll deal with them in like a
Nah.
minute when I get enough money to have
Hey,
to worry
IRS
about that.
Yeah, so looking around. I'll tell you, those grown problems, adult problems.
But Mark,
What's up, man?
have you ever had like a situation where you've held a lot of resentment and it's like made you physically sick? Like it's kind of almost ruined your life. Like have you ever had a moment like that where
I've
you've
had
held
moments. I've had
resentment
moments
towards?
like that recently where I've held resentment, and it kind of just delves into your everyday life, even into your sleep. You can feel it. You're thinking about it while you're sleeping. Yeah.
And how do you
absolutely.
shake that? What do you like? What's the end process of you shaking that resentment? And I'll go to you next, Mike, after because I'm sure
Realize-
we've all.
Realizing that the resentment that I have, it shouldn't be directed in one space. It's coming from me, and it's something I got to fix. As cheesy as that sounds, you know what I mean? Just realizing that it has nothing to do with whatever is making me feel that resentment. It's something inside of me that I gotta address, because you control how you feel about stuff, man, and you have the power to put yourself in whatever situation you want to put yourself in. So I think that's the way I got to deal with it. But I've had that before, man. You can feel yourself thinking about when you're sleeping. Like it changes your mood.
Mm-hmm.
You just become a nasty person.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
You gotta. It's like a detox. You gotta get it out of your body.
It's
Right.
it's like a liver cleanse.
The liver
What
can't
about
get
you,
rid.
Mike?
What about me?
Yeah, motherfucker.
How do you deal with resentment?
I don't. I just keep hating. I mean, really.
He said,
Solid
I
answer. I
don't
mean,
deal
I
with that, just
applaud you
keep
for the
hating.
I
honesty.
just keep hating
That's
on
just
the
fuel.
motherfuckers.
That's just fuel to the fire. That's funny, man.
I don't lie to myself and clearly say, like, I know I clearly have a problem. And I know I'm pissed off. And I'm going to be pissed off. And I'm going to hate on you. And I'm going to resent you. And I'm going to resent you. But I tend to use that as a pick-me-up to do some other shit, though.
Yeah.
It's present energy, right? So regardless of however it's created, whether it's from a positive or a negative, like it's still energy. You still have the chance to recreate it or to charge it to some, discharge it and charge it differently. I think, my opinion. So I think that's how I really embrace it, man. I'll sit there and y'all know, y'all see the text message. This mother, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah.
you know. But then after all that fretting and fussing, what do most people do? They fret and fuss about it and they sit down, right? I'll fret and fuss about it, and Mark Brown will come over here and then he'll be like, "What the fuck did you just build?" Well, I figured I could just build me a spaceship, so I just did. Energy turned into something else, right?
Yeah. Redirect. Mike's good at redirecting.
So I'm good at flanking. Back up, man.
Yeah,
Back up.
Yeah. You gotta get out of the way.
But I don't know if that answers your question, young man.
Young Brendan.
No, it really does. Yeah, it does.
I feel like we gotta bring Brendan into the conversation more. You know what I mean? I think we should always delve in on Brendan.
I'm not talking to any man that ain't walked the type of path that I walked. He could kick rocks until he runs.
You might not at the beginning of the road, Mike.
Suffer until you run that mileage that we need to. You're not one of the. You're just. You're not one of the. You're not a brethren. You're just.
Oh, man.
Am I not at the beginning of the road though?
What?
Am I not?
You're in the car, bro. You ain't even in the road. You're in the car.
You gotta get out the car first.
You gotta get out the car.
That's funny, man.
All
That's
right?
funny.
You're in the car
Because you got time though.
And the only reason I say you're in the car is because you told us you were gonna do something. You still ain't made good on it.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to make right on
Come
that.
on, man.
I told
13
them that I was
miles.
going to run a marathon.
What?
I told you guys that I was going to run a marathon in April, and I didn't. I signed up for it. I paid the fee, and then,
But you didn't pay the real price.
I didn't pay the real price. Yeah.
No, you didn't pay the real price, and I don't know what it is that, I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
I think
running
scared.
fucking sucks.
I think he's scared.
Not running just
Why do you
sucks
think
ass.
he's scared of?
He's scared of doing something that's hard and that is not going to be enjoyable. It's not going to really give him pleasure. But what he doesn't realize is that he'll get pleasure in doing something that's unenjoyable. But he'll
by
learn.
a true master.
No, he'll learn. He'll learn.
Said by a true Jedi Knight, bitch. Take that.
We got to take
It's
you
just
on the road,
it's
Mike.
the
man.
hardest of the hard things. I'm signing up
I
for
just
this
bought-
gym next
What?
month. I'm signing up for that high
Like,
intensity
swear to God.
training. No,
Brendan,
that's hard. That's
we
fucking hard.
were wondering what we were going to talk about on the show. Let's just talk about Brendan's life.
Yeah.
Oh
Bro.
my god.
You're in too many places. Too many places.
You gotta.
I'm gonna run a marathon. I'm gonna join a gym. I'm gonna own a radio station. Go to school. I'm gonna be a club promoter while I am mowing lawns, and then I'm gonna take care of the elderly. And while I'm taking care of the elderly, I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna get a COVID test, take some classes. Then I'm gonna do a radio show on my radio station. That's a lot.
I'm loving life. I love every opportunity that I'm given, and I'm so grateful
Sounds like a
for each.
politician.
Yeah, you're very media trained.
Sounds like a
You're
politician.
very media trained.
So-
we need to get you.
Sounds like you're gonna run for Congress.
We need to get you.
I've been watching a lot of Fox.
We need to get you to teach these politicians how to handle themselves on TV, man. How to handle
Speaking of
handle
politicians,
situations.
speaking of politicians, everybody obviously been talking about the Texas school shooting.
Yeah, man. It's very unfortunate and sad, man.
Mr. Politician here called me up right before the show because I posted something on social yesterday saying AR-15s, there should be gun control on them.
I loved. I was kind of shocked to see
Everybody
you posted
was.
that. I
Bro,
was like,
I'll tell you what,
man.
I posted at 6 a.m. It took me a while because I was like, I'm gonna pay the price for doing this because everybody knows. I'm conservative. Like more libertarian, but there's some conservative views in there. But you don't have to always agree on. You don't have to always agree on everything. Like there's not just a core belief, and I have to believe that. That's very dogmatic. I don't do that. But he called me today. He said, "You really believe that there should be gun control on?" Why don't you ask me the question you asked me?
I said, Mike, what did I ask you? Because I don't remember half the conversations either. I asked you, do you think that there should be regulation on AR-15s? Well, not in that exact question, but let's just, for the sake of the conversation, that's the question that I asked you.
Right. And a lot of people dude, when I say my phone, not only my DM, my phone, Cass was calling me on the phone, right? And surprisingly, both sides of the fence was like, no, we can't get rid of our guns. Like both sides, like people that I know that are conservative, people I know that are liberal, very staunch on that. My point was this. I'm not saying take care of, I'm sounding like a politician. No. And you don't even have to take away AR-15s. if you could just make sure a motherfucker goes through a checklist,
The proper checklist.
and the checklist should be there's twofold to this thing. The checklist should be one, right? You could get a license, so you go get a gun license right now. But the gun license is for you, Mark Brown, is restricted to 22-9, semi-automatic with some restrictions. You can't no more than this in the clip, that type of stuff. If you want to do more, you should go through a process so we know who we're giving this stuff to, like to be able to operate. And that process needs to be long as you know what. You know what I mean? 18 months, 2 years. Like, you know how long it takes to get a silencer?
Not that long, does it?
Yeah,
it does?
man.
Oh.
Yeah. And how it's registered?
No.
It takes you a good year.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer.
You got to do a proper background check.
Whole bunch of stuff goes into that, right?
Yeah.
Why can't that be the case for certain types of firearms, right?
Yeah.
Because one thing's going to happen, right? And when I say go through a proper, I mean psychological, 3 different aspects, not just one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's got to be at different points of the year. You've got to do different things and show up at different places, whatever that is for training or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And there's got to be a manifesto of it. So we know at the end of the day, like, yeah, you can carry it, but if some shit go down, you one of the only how many ever people that got it, we got to look at your manifesto to see how we got to the point where you did a mass shooting, right?
Yeah.
Because right now, all people can tell you is this kid showed up. What actually a lot of them tell you they bought it. They bought an AR-15 legally. That's all they know.
And Mike, I agreed with you there. With everything that you just said, I agreed with you. But on the phone, you were saying that no human, civilian, normal person needs an AR-15.
That was my next argument, right? Why does Mark Brown need an AR? Now, I'm going to give you both sides to this, right? Why does Mark Brown need an AR-15? For what purpose?
You don't need it. You don't need it, but people
I'm talking about needs and wants are 2 different things.
No, but they're gonna think it's your right. It's your inherent right as an American.
Why is it your inherent right?
Because they feel like that's in the Constitution. That's what was written 200 some odd years ago, which I don't understand. That's a different conversation.
Right.
As that's their right. That's their birthright. It's like somebody being
born
born into a royal family. I'm born. I'm going to be. If I'm Prince, I'm going to be king one day.
So did I neglect you from bearing arms?
No.
Okay.
But
right.
You put restrictions on it.
Right. I put restrictions on it. Right. So what's wrong with that? Nobody. Listen to me. Like, wants and needs, man. Like, seriously, no one can answer that question. Why do you want to be able to shoot off 10 rounds a second, Mark Brown?
I don't have the desire. I couldn't answer that. I don't have the desire to want to be able to shoot off 10 rounds.
Producer
a second.
B, why do you want to shoot off 10 rounds a second?
It's just it's a badass gun. Why not? You're saying like putting limits on like your constitutional like right.
Okay.
Like imagine you said it about free
you
speech.
can't back it up. But I can back you up. But I can back your constitutional right to bear arms. Nobody has taken that away from you, right? But there's got to be some kind of regulation on certain things, man. Case in point,
take away and restrict are the same thing.
What's that?
Take away and restrict are the same thing. You are fundamentally
no. Taking away and restricting are the same thing. Taking away means you never can get it. Restricting means you have to go through a process to get it.
Yeah,
or makes it harder to
get.
No,
Mike's argument is that no normal person should be able to own one. Like
no,
even if you
without proper.
Yes,
but
that's what I agree.
My opinion was. I don't think that you need it, right?
Yeah, but if you want it.
But if you want it, here's what you should do, was the rest of my argument.
Yeah.
Because it's
this.
we're
on the same page.
If you go get a driver's license, right, to drive a car, it takes you how long? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
To get your driver's license between the tests and all that stuff, right? But if you want, and that's a form of transportation. The other form of transportation, if you want to fly a plane.
Yeah, it takes you a lot longer. Yeah.
And you got to go through a process, right? You cannot just jump in an airplane. They will lock you up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my whole thing is, why can't we go through that and make it completely stringent? Because my point is this. If I make it a year and a half before you can get this AR-15, right, probably a majority of the people halfway through will either fuck up the whole process. I miss my psychological appointment. Well, shit, you got to go to the back of the line and start over again.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I ain't going to do this. So they're going to either drop out, right, or, right, if they do it and do go through with it, right, we have a long list of, like, who they are, what they did, how they did it. You know what I'm saying? So if that person, right, that gun ends up somewhere else, you could track it. a friend of mine would builds really big. He's in manufacturing, so he builds really big, cool things, right? Like, for example, he told me when he didn't build this though, because this was back in the day. He said when the space shuttle blew up, right? They had a manifesto of everything that was made on that space shuttle, down to the ore, down to the iron that was cut and the mine that it was cut from. They go so far so they can find out why that airplane or why that shuttle blew up, right? So they, just in case there are other shuttles, or so they don't do it again. Why can't we do that when it comes to, if you're going to get a weapon of that caliber, right? I need to know everything about you, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we don't want, and then the other part of my conversation to him was this. Like, bro, you need to honestly think to yourself, too, as well. The other side of that coin, as you think about these kids, why aren't we protecting these children like we protect our money?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, why is a government school easier to get into than Fort Knox?
Dude, I was thinking about that.
Some inanimate object than a human life.
I was thinking about that 2 weeks ago. Candace and I went to the boys' school to have lunch with them. You go parent, teacher.
You just walk the fuck in?
But no, you didn't walk in. It was like it was a door, and it was like a lady 20 feet behind the door. You had to press a button. Who you here to see? Carter Brown. I told Candace, I said, why isn't that an officer up here? She was like, well, you have to get to the door. I said, if I have an AR-15 or if I have an assault weapon, when I come shooting at this door, one, the door is going to open. Two, that lady that's behind the desk, she's going to go running. And then I'm inside the school. I was like, that's not enough to prevent something from happening.
There you go.
It's a false sense of security.
Bro.
You know what I mean? I said that 2 weeks ago when we were in school. I was like, why do we not have a on-campus police officer like that? I mean, yeah, it would cost money, but as a taxpayer, I'm willing to pay that.
Invest into that.
I'm willing to pay that to make sure my kids are safe at school.
So here's the kicker, right? So you think about it like this, go back to the Federal Reserve, right? We have one here in Atlanta. If y'all ever tried to go to the Federal Reserve, best of luck getting to the driveway, bro.
Yeah.
There's 2 steel beams that come right out of the driveway.
Yeah.
Right? Followed by 4 armed guards.
Yeah.
Right?
With serious weapons.
Right. And that's not, you haven't even gotten
to the door yet.
That's not even what a door is. Right? So my whole thing is, why can't we protect our children like that? Instead of sending $40 billion that we borrowed from China, right, to send to Ukraine, why can't our money get spent here on stuff like that? One. The other thing is, why is it so ironic that during primaries, voting season, these things somehow or the other come up?
Talking about things as in what?
Mass shootings.
You think
things that are emotionally driven.
You think that has a part to do with it?
I don't think so. Here's my opinion.
You think I played a role in why it happened?
No, I think it happened, right? My point is this, the sickening of everything. I think these things happen regardless. I think what happens is you look at the landscape of the news and what do we need and what's going on in the world that we could focus on, right?
Yeah.
And I think the political landscape is using this as a pawn to exist.
Yeah.
This is the ego talking, right?
Yeah.
This is you need us because we're going to do gun control. That's what's sickening. The fact that we won't do anything about it, but we're going to talk about it, is what is really making me sick to my stomach. And we won't take care of the most precious thing to us, right? And we won't put something, and that's why people got pissed. That was my argument.
Yeah, but that's politics, man. Politics is nasty, man. Politics is the type of thing that'll step right over you when you're on the ground. They don't care about your well-being.
100%.
On either side.
We realize that.
On either side.
We realize
you know what I mean?
that.
So then, you got to look at it, okay, what's the real problem here? The real problem is the corrupt politics. I care about my children more than I care about what party I'm associated with. You know what I mean? What's right and wrong. And if you can't see that, man, then you got something wrong with you. If you can't empathize with children getting killed, man, I think about that when I was dropping my boys off at school, when they're walking out the door, go to the school bus. I'm like, man, if that was the last time that I saw my child, if you can't empathize with that, man, then there's something
I
wrong
feel
with
like they empathize with it, but they don't empathize. They empathize with it when it's convenient, and that's what it is right now. It's convenient because it's something that can really look at me. Look how charged I am with it, right?
Yeah.
I'm so charged on it, right? And that even Brendan, he's like, yo, dude, I mean, I'm surprised coming from you. You would say that because he knows what the rhetoric is. The rhetoric is, Republicans and this is bigger than that, man. And I think it's sickening that this old man would even use that as a tool to get any kind of political gain, because that's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, all you gonna remember is like he stood up for gun rights. No, he just picked that as a thing. He ain't talk about the kids. 34 kids got shot in Chicago last weekend. Any of those made the news? When did Biden show up? Huh? Where was your man Al Sharpton for that? Where was Black Lives Matter for that? They didn't talk about that. Think about it, right? All of a sudden, Buffalo happens. He shows up in Buffalo. This happens. This happens. So I'm saying it's ironic that it's unfortunate, but you got to look at the whole landscape of what's going on and why this is being brought to your attention. That's one. The other part is we have to do something about this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I had a conservative friend call me, and we had a
But they do it on both sides though. The same reason why
100%.
the same reason why Trump is scheduled to talk at that NRA meeting, gun rally in Texas. I think coming up soon. You know what I mean?
That'll be interesting to hear what he says.
They're playing off of it. You know what I mean?
It'll be interesting to see
politics.
But see what I think what these politicians are starting to learn is that people are watching and they'll back away from certain things.
Yeah.
Right? So it'll be interesting to see if he backs away from it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how he in Georgia he endorsed David Perdue to run for governor, which I thought was stupid. And when he started the emails too, he backed away from it. Like, who's on the phone? Sent to voicemail. Sent to voicemail. But I mean, but a buddy of mine. So here's the other side of the coin. It's a valid point. It's a valid point. He said to me, so if you think that nobody should have an AR-15, right? For the reason, too much firepower and all that stuff. Nobody needs that firepower for suburbia or suburban neighborhoods, like you said. He goes, do you think the people of Ukraine would be wanting AR-15s right now? Right? To defend themselves? Which I said, yeah, that's a good point. You know, you're being invaded. You need a way to...
Yeah, protect yourself. Yeah. But that'll never happen here.
He said,
that's
I got this. And
that's a conversation.
You think that America will ever get invaded?
Stop. We didn't practice that reaction. That same reaction I got from this guy.
Yeah.
I said the same thing you said.
Yeah.
Right? I said, dude, that'll never happen. He goes, the same shit. Bro.
Dude,
it's one of those things, right? It's the funniest thing I ever heard.
Ukraine is not a superpower though. Like that's like
that's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying. He's saying you're saying that you think somebody's going to invade the U.S. because you're saying that shit'll never happen, right? Brendan is saying differently. You got countries like China that's on your ass, bro.
Yeah.
Right. And you see them up. You got countries like North
Korea.
Korea.
Over, but then it's over. But then it's over everybody because if they invade us, then it's nuclear there, the nuclear here, and it's over.
Yeah, but you got to think, right? Like as these people,
that's a death warrant.
As we start to piss people off globally, right, to a degree, they are starting. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? So you got Russia, you got China. They getting ready to be boys. They're already boys, right? Yeah. They're probably gonna be closer, right? And they probably had a conversation. This is all speculation. You know, you invade Ukraine, then I'm going to invade Taiwan. We're going to really mess up America, right? So there's some validity to what people think. You know, you got North Korea, just straight up disrespectful. The president of the United States goes over to Asia, so North Korea goes, bam, we're going to test a nuclear weapon while he's here. Let him know that we around, right? Which I don't know if it happened or not. Did it happen?
I'm not sure.
Producer B, why your response to that? Why do you think that's possible? I heard when you said that would never happen. What was your response?
Me and Mike had a conversation during COVID times when all these lockdowns were happening, and Mike really wasn't like political at the time. Like you really weren't, Mike. You were kind of more neutral.
Never said anything.
I said, really Mike, quiet. You're gonna care when this shows up at your front door. And what happened? It showed up right at your front door. And here you are a year later, and you've taken a more conservative stance because of everything that's happened.
That's untrue. I've always had that stance. I just never really expressed it. I have. When have I ever been? First of all, you've never known me to be anything other than nothing on the left. You never, ever.
Said I would never.
I've heard a lot of urban legends, Mr. Johnson.
Urban legends.
How about you?
Oh, man.
What did you hear? If we're calling,
what'd they say?
Hold on a second. If we're gonna call, I called you out on your girlfriend. Call me out on this. What did you hear?
You used to be pretty liberal, didn't you?
When?
Back in the day, back in Obama's day.
I I voted for Obama one time.
That's
Who did you
forever.
vote for before
Scarlet
that?
letter
What's
forever.
that?
Who did you vote for before that?
I voted for Bush.
That's a terrible choice. I mean,
Hindsight, Monday quarterback.
Listen, wait, hold on. I voted for Obama only because this was the most historic time in history you would see a black man in the position that he was. Yes, I did the identity politics thing. I voted for him because he was black. Fuck his qualifications. I was like, he's
going on for hundreds of years against us. This is our turn.
It's going down. And real talk, I regretted it. The next year, I voted for Mitt Romney.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? The next term. So I don't know what you're talking. What are you talking about?
it just I heard you used to be liberal.
First of all, when Obama was president, how old were you?
What was that? 2008 through 2016. So
Yes.
I was, ages 8 through
Elementary.
16. That's a very, very
8 through
turbulent
16.
time full of growth, Mike.
Anyway,
Turbulent time full of growth.
so anyway, so I denounce what you're saying about me. Period. So
Okay.
he's just said I have become more vocal recently because I'm fed up with
No,
it.
but Brendan, answer the question. What was your response to that? Why did you say that?
Yeah.
It has everything to do with the last 2 years of the political landscape. You do not know what's going to happen, dude.
So you think we can
You
get
really don't.
I don't think we can get invaded by actual country. I think that outside countries can radicalize people that are inside the country already, like raising
Well, yeah,
militias and
that's already
overthrow the
happening through
government.
technology.
And overthrowing
That's
the
already
government and
happening.
stuff like that. That kind of invasion. I can't see somebody just crossing the border, coming flying with some
Well, you can't do it.
planes
It's kind of hard to do that, right?
Yeah, come on, man.
Well, what if we get nuked? Okay, and then the
Then they-
survivors.
That's a different story.
As soon as their nukes coming, our nukes are going. Like it's gonna be over. It's a death warrant. Like you think we're gonna sit here and no nukes are coming towards us, and then you know what I mean? Like nah.
Yo, I don't know how true this is, but I heard North Korea's nuclear missile got some range on it. Bro.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a crazy dude. Boy.
I mean, not saying
Kim Jong. You know what's crazy? You ever seen Rodman hanging out with him?
Yeah,
I know there's
he's
conversations all over the
fucking
place.
nuts, man.
I bet this was some
He's a
wild
huge fan of
party.
Kim Jong Un's a huge fan of Rodman.
It's like Hangover. It's like
Man.
tigers and shit like that.
And wild parties.
I mean, I would never go.
I wonder what he goes through. Like
in North Korea.
No. I want.
Like, is there
no,
like a club in North Korea?
like coming back into the United States, because I'm sure when you come back from North Korea, you probably have to go through some kind of process. Like,
Mr.
we
Rodman,
need to
what-
you need to be debriefed.
yeah.
Like, we need to
Let me
talk
tell
to you.
you.
Like, what'd he say? Like, I wonder, like, how I'm sure he gets watched more. Like,
yeah, bro.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
probably
I
crazy.
used to be fascinated with North Korea. I would
Dennis Rodman.
watch every single documentary of people going into North Korea. When you leave at the airport, there is a chance that you are not leaving that airport because they go through your bags, they check your cameras. You're not allowed to have any unauthorized footage, nothing. Like,
Bro,
nothing,
I would never
dude.
want to go to North Korea.
No,
Like,
absolutely
why
not.
would I want to go there?
Absolutely not.
But he's a celebrity, so I mean, he has higher status, and Kim Jong Un is a
You know
fan
what?
of him
Speaking
too.
about North Korea and like Asia and different countries, I wonder if they have this problem with school shootings. I never thought about that. You know what I mean? I wonder if
Listen,
they do.
first of all,
Seriously, I wonder if
no,
like France or like
No,
you
Japan
know,
has strict gun laws, so Japan definitely doesn't.
but like
Bro,
other
not like
countries,
us. Not like us.
not like us.
Not like
I
us.
wonder why that is.
I think because they have stricter gun laws
See?
overall.
Yeah.
You
You
know
don't
what I mean?
like. You probably can't get an assault rifle
No.
in these countries.
No.
You
So
shouldn't be
Mike
able-
makes
you
a
shouldn't
fair
be able-
point. He really does.
You shouldn't be able to get assault rifles, man. Like
No.
you don't need. I mean,
I-
if you,
I'll tell you.
no, you should be able to get it, but you should have to go through a strenuous process to get it. If you can't wait a couple days or a couple weeks to get a gun, then why do you need such a rush to get this gun?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Here's something I'm gonna tell you, man. I told him the same story. I remember this one time I had my office. I was at my office. It was a previous location I had, and I was in my studio. And right next to my studio, I had another studio, like a video post-production studio. There's a wall between it. And there were some guys in there. And one guy, these are guys that work for me. One guy was showing a guy the gun that he bought, and he cocked it, and it went off, went through the wall, straight through my studio, missed me by 3 feet,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Bullet went straight in front of me.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
ran in just to make sure, right? So I told Brent, I said, I was a 22. I said, suppose he was showing him an AR-15,
mm-hmm.
right? And it went on. And I don't know much about AR-15s. Like somebody's probably saying, no, you dumbass, you can't just set it off. But
Yeah,
what if he just did some stupid shit and sprayed it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm done, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you, like, what is it about it that you want so bad that you can't do with this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because obviously the assault rifle is, or the rifle is made for, or the gun is made for protection, right?
Yeah.
So how and what is coming after you in
It's
in
almost like
suburbia
it's almost
America?
like it's almost like a scared animal. You know how a dog, when they're scared, they're really like, ah. So maybe it's like people that are scared. They're so scared that they want to have that sense of protection. That I have a weapon. You know, I don't know why. I don't. It's something in somebody's mind that
Listen.
makes them want to have it.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And
It gives you better odds to live than a handgun. You know what I mean? If somebody breaks in your house with that and you have like a laser on that, you're hitting them.
Bro, do you
You know?
realize if you shoot that thing, you realize that you're gonna not only kill them, you're gonna fuck up the frame of your whole house? You know what I mean? Like, that thing is like a knife, man. It just cuts through things, man.
I don't think you need an AR-15 to protect your house. You need a good shotgun.
Yes,
Get
like-
you good, yeah.
Okay, well then you're
No.
really gonna fuck your house up if you have a shotgun. It's
Listen,
gonna
man,
spray everywhere.
Listen to me.
And
If
that's true.
somebody's in your house and they hear a shotgun cock and they stay in there, you
Then
got
think
bigger
about it
problems.
twice.
You
Yeah,
got bigger problems.
You think about it
Yeah.
twice. Real talk.
Yeah,
When
you're shot.
yeah,
It's on. It's time to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, especially that petty type stuff. Once again, nobody, like the people that come into that house, they're not coming to take over the country. You know, they're coming to just steal your TV. Couple shots will handle that, right?
Just a couple of shots.
But, you know, so then and then another friend of mine was like, no, we need our guns, man. If they can have it, we can have it. So he made it more like racial, right? Like it's
Yeah.
almost like, you know, if the white people want to take it from us, then we ain't going to have nothing. That's not the point. The point is, like, everybody's missing the point. The point is, our kids, our babies are so important to us. Why are we not protecting them and keeping them away from this shit, right? My father-in-law was telling me when they went big game hunting, right? There was a rule. The rule when you go big game hunting is you don't shoot the females and you don't shoot the cubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the males. And chances are a lot of times it's the old males, right? They've been kicked out of the pride, depending on what you're killing, right? But you generally go after the males. There's rules to the sport, man.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, why aren't there rules to this? You know? You can't just it can't be like, we gave you a chance, you did it your way, and the shit is still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. And then the other thing is, nobody's addressing the real elephant in the room, because it's not really the gun.
Guns never
And I
kill
don't want to
people.
fuck people up, because you just said the gun ain't no.
No, the guns
It's-
never kill people.
I don't think you need that, but if you want it, you can have it if you learn how to use it. But I think it's the mental capacity of the person.
Yeah. And that's a bigger problem. Like, you know, people are doped
Mental
up.
health is an issue.
People are doped up
Yeah.
on opioids and, you know what I mean, taking things every day for depression. And that's the bigger problem that people don't want to address. Because the people that make a lot of money from that, and the same thing, people make a lot of money from guns, it all comes down to money, man.
It's
about
all
money.
economics.
It's money. It's money.
It's economics in everything that we're doing, and that's the part that we, people don't get, right? Like, why can't you? Because there's money involved, right?
Mhm.
But the thing-
Big money.
All I'm saying is, if you figure out a way to shift the bread and make it and make it safe,
Mm-hmm.
do it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you?
It's greed, man. Enough is never enough. It's always more.
How much is an AR-15, by the way?
I would say
Oh, I don't want to look it up.
1,000.
I don't want to get put on a watch list.
Huh?
So,
I said I don't want to look it up on Google. I don't want to get
I
put
don't
on a
wanna
watch
ask
list.
I don't want to ask homegirl.
yeah,
either.
because
That's-
red flag. He's talking about it.
You said what?
I
Yeah.
mean, but an 18-year-old bought it, so I'm not.
Let's just say
saying
they're about 1,200,
Yeah.
1,200 maybe.
That's
700 to 1,200.
You think so?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah,
That's it?
yeah,
That's
no.
it.
And that's
Mhm.
another thing, man. Why is shit so cheap?
Because
I
they're
don't know.
fucking plastic molded guns. They're made out of polymer.
Yeah, but it's made
That's
for
what it is.
warfare. It's made for combat. Like unless you really, really want it, like you said, you should have to go through a process to get it. You shouldn't
There's no other reason, man, for
Mark.
that. And then, like I said, the other thing, like you said,
What would you say to a conservative that's in your party that you said you're going to become a libertarian, but that would argue with you that no, that's your inherent right. Like, I should be able to do what I want to do with the gun, any kind of gun I want to have,
Well, you can.
without that restriction.
Nah, but then you got to. If you do that for that, you got to do that for everything, my man. Then kids could just go and fucking get in the car and just fucking drive. It's their right to drive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's my right to fly a fucking plane, even if I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what
Isn't
I'm
it
saying?
your right to drive though, Mike?
Jesus. Like, come
You
on,
gotta
man.
have restrictions and guidelines.
You gotta have some kind of guidelines,
Yeah.
man. Like
You gotta have some kind of order.
Okay,
Yeah.
at the end of
Your
the day,
right to
it's-
drive is not in the Constitution.
Huh?
That is not a thing.
What's
What?
that?
The right to drive is not in the Constitution. That is
Oh,
not a
God.
constitutional right.
No, but what I'm saying is,
But listen,
what I'm saying
but hold
is,
on, hold on. The people wrote this Constitution how many hundreds of years ago,
I'm
right?
not,
No,
so here's the
what
point.
I'm saying, but like they wrote it in their perspective
I'm
of
going
life.
to argue that with him. I know
in
where
their
he's going.
perspective of life, they
Yeah.
were worried about getting invaded by France. So I need to have my musket and all that. I have the right to bear arms. We were still we're colonized. You know what I
Right.
mean? It was a different mind for even with these old laws from like race-related laws that were made back a long time ago that were still prevalent. Now they've just been wiped off the board. It was a different world, man. Like it's a different world. People are holding on to my right to bear arms, and that was written hundreds of years ago.
Okay, Brendan. So if it's not your constitutional right to drive, but what dictates you not being able to drive? Why can't I just get in the car without a license and drive?
Society and laws.
It's a
because
law,
of
right?
Society.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would say that constitutional right is somewhat of a law of the land, correct?
Well, if you, it's the like people have two
It's
different
a law
fields
of
of
the
view.
land, correct?
Sure. We'll go with
I mean,
that.
if it's
Yeah,
not,
the law.
if
I would say it's the law of land. Freedom of
It's
speech
what the
is the law of
Supreme
land.
Court uses. So
What?
let's just say it's the highest law of the land, the
What's that?
Constitution. The Supreme Court uses the Constitution. Let's
Correct.
just say it's the highest law of the land.
So
let's just say that.
why isn't driving a right?
Because you can walk if you want to get somewhere.
Right.
You
Okay.
can ride your bike.
Okay. You
Just
can
scooter.
walk, you ride your bike, right? I am not. So to your point, in the Constitution, I am not taking away your right to bear arms. Actually, I'm not taking away your right to bear any kind of arms. It is still your right. It's your right to go through the damn process, right? to fucking get the gun. You know what I mean?
And I
That's
so
what
agree
I
with
tell
you on
you.
this. I
Huh?
so agree with you on this.
You
I
don't
so
ag-
agree with you on this.
You don't.
I do.
So.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do.
So what's the process?
Said it like-
Why are you trying to
You
start something,
busting your
man?
balls, man.
Gosh.
I'm not trying to start stuff. I just like talking to you, Mike. You're one of my favorite people to talk to.
But to your point, that's what I mean. What you were saying is what the politician would say. It's like that's your constitutional right. My answer back to him would be just that. I'm not taking away your right.
Yeah,
It's just a process to get it.
yeah. It's a
Bottom
restriction.
line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
agree
totally
1,000%.
fine. Yeah, I agree
You
with
know?
it. To vet people.
You're right. You
for
have
sure.
the right to. You have the right to an attorney. You have the right to a trial. Correct. Correct. Yes. Correct.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Yes.
but they don't say how long it takes. They don't say how long before you get that damn trial.
It
It's
could
gonna
be a
happen.
year. Yeah.
But
You-
you don't
yeah.
have to get. They say what, a speedy trial? Is that what it is?
But they said Gunner, a rapper, his trial is not. He said he has a speedy trial. It's not till January 2023.
That's as soon as we can get to it.
Yeah, 9 months.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
send
got to
it
get
to
in line.
You can't
You
get out
know?
of jail.
And due to the ratio of the way this is going, technically it is a speedy trial. Because if I wanted to do it, I'd book you back 5 years from now. Give me some time to think about it. The point that I'm making, Brendan, is you cannot I'm not taking to that politicians. I'm not taking away the right. You just don't want to step in and say listen, man, if you want to get this gun though, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do this. Now the question is, all right, well, what happens with everybody that has it now? Shit, retro their ass. Listen, here's the deal, man. You got to turn your shit in, right? We're gonna have this holding equity company. We're gonna turn economics into all this shit, right?
I don't see that going too well.
I don't give a shit. This is what's gonna happen.
I don't see that working out
We're
too
gonna turn
well.
this into a dictatorship, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like
that's
Putin.
not
I
gonna
don't
work.
give a shit.
Seriously though, what should happen though is retro it, right? Like if you own one, you keep it, but you have to go through this process, right?
You should
And
just
if
be grandfathered in.
No, you cannot be. No, absolutely. That is, we gotta start from the beginning, man. Fuck, if I find out that you have one and you didn't go through this
You
shit,
going to jail?
you going to jail.
I don't have one, just for the record.
Okay, I don't have one either. I just have a Glock 9. That's it.
So
Or
Mike,
Glock 40.
you're a
You gotta
federal
tell
agent
everybody
now.
what
it
you
sounds
got.
Just
like.
let them know I got it. There's nothing no hiding it.
But so that's what I would tell a politician. I don't think. I mean, listen, man. That's just what it is.
It's not going to really change.
That's how I feel.
Listen, if this were to happen at a private school here in Atlanta, like one of these private schools, like Pace Academy, like somewhere where people of like affluential families send their kids to school, that's when it would really change.
Absolutely.
It's not gonna,
Always happens in a government facility.
It happened in somewhere where brown people. I think a lot of these people were Latinos, Latin community.
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily that that's the.
I'm just saying,
issue.
if it happened in one of these schools that was like really affluent, like here in Atlanta, then you see real change. The same way didn't start getting laws to crack down on until it started coming into white communities. It has to hit home. It has to hit home first before something really happens.
Once again,
I agree with you guys, and I think there should be a different process, and I think you should really have to go through something if you want to get something like that.
got you. Understood. There are ways that we can fix it. what we need to get out of though is the politicizing of the way this is happening.
That's nasty.
Because what you just said, you know, brown and black people. You ever notice, man? This is all by, in my opinion, it's all by design. Because prior to this, the Buffalo thing, white person goes into black neighborhood or black supermarket, right? White kid shoots up a place primarily of, you know, Hispanic, you know.
I think he was
children.
Hispanic too.
Huh?
I think he was Hispanic.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
And
I
then
think
that's
so.
The
totally
shooter
shots
that just shot up that shooter
fired.
was Hispanic.
Yeah. Wasn't he Hispanic, Brendan?
Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
Well, then Hispanic on Hispanic. I don't know, man. I don't know what the conversation is. It's just this shit got to stop, man. And I think that they pick these things out on purpose.
Well, I'm tired of like all the clips and all that stuff, the bait-worthy clips. I want to see like real change, man. Like like I said, you think back to your children. You know what I mean? Like you want your kids to be able to go to school and come home. That's not too much to ask for.
I mean, and at the time when they're in school, make them feel as safe as possible. You know what I'm
with the
saying?
guards at the door. That is a great idea.
Bro, I'm talking about like perimeter your school, bro.
Yeah.
Make a
Absolutely.
cat think like, bro, if I even step on a school property, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, much less do this.
Yeah.
They're gonna light you up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's
It's too easy to access schools now. It's too easy.
It's too precious. Whatever's in there is too precious to us.
Absolutely.
And if you want to take the chance to do some foul shit like that, bring it. I'm gonna let you know what I got. I'm gonna light you up, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna light you the up.
Ask questions later.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's that simple. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why we can't do that. Why we can't say, you know what? Screw this $40 billion Ukraine. Y'all gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Y'all used to be brother, sister, whatever.
Yeah. It's not our problem.
Yeah, we gotta go. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and deal with the shit here, man.
Yeah. As a taxpayer, like
I don't want to
can't
see.
put a price on it.
I don't want to see homeboy come into my neighborhood and stuttering. I don't want to see him, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to see his wife going, "We are hurting with you, bitch. You ain't hurting with me."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if that shooter tried to get to the White House, they'd light his ass up.
Yeah.
Right?
Without a
So
doubt.
you're well protected. Why aren't my kids well protected? I'm paying for you to be there, and you're well protected, and you ain't. And you sending my bread over to Ukraine because your man and your son and don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Look, just don't get me started.
Mike's blood pressure is through the roof right now.
What's that?
I said your blood pressure is through the roof.
No, it's fine, man. It's all that meat that I've been eating lately.
Man,
Testosterone
That
kicking.
synthetic meat, that Beyond Beef.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, this meat is getting to Mike's brain, man. It's starting to mess him up.
Listen, I've been feeling good lately, man. I eat steak like every day, bro.
Yeah, my wife said that last night. She said, "Does Mike really like meat every meal?" She goes, "Does he eat sides?" I was like, "I don't know."
No, bro.
Just meat.
No, I do eat. I eat fruit. I am eating fruit. But like when you look at my plate, it's like meat, and I'll lather it with honey, and that's it.
Oh man, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. And then in the morning, I'll do like if it comes from the animal, I eat it. Like if it's on the grill, it's a gang load of butter, meat, salt that bad boy. Everything that I've decided. He's shaking his head. Oh, for real. I've decided, just for a little bit, everything that a doctor's told you not to do, I'm gonna do.
You're gonna do it,
right? Just because I want to see what's gonna happen. Because it's like, what if these motherfuckers were telling you not to do this shit because you're gonna be that much better, and they trying to keep you?
But what if they were right? What if they were telling you for a reason?
The life insurance policy then takes over, right? And Sarah gonna be good.
That's funny, man.
I mean, no, it's like I just want to, so I'm doing like a whole bunch of meat and animal things, like butter and eggs and all that stuff. And I do fruit. I do fruit.
Caveman. Well, this is a good conversation, man. I think we should end it on that, but I want to end it on this, man. I don't think there's any price that's too steep for the safety of our most prized possession, like Mike said. Like the kids, like it doesn't matter where you are, who you are. Like if you can't empathize with that, then that's a problem.
You're a big problem.
Yep.
You're a big problem.
Till next time.
We'll see you.
We'll see ya.
Thanks for visiting the Bears Den. Peace.